All right, let's fast forward to today, and you will find that the legacy of these slave patrols or the slave patrol type policing still influence how police officers interact with black folks. Let's look at the numbers, and I know people don't like numbers, so but fuck y'all. Statistics show that blacks, which is this is nothing new, you guys. Stats show that blacks are disproportionately violated and victimized by police more than their white counterparts. And that's according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. These white folks' own numbers. I've told people over and over again, white folk know more about black folk than black folk know about black folk. These people are obsessed with us. They study us, they count us, they research us. We're like an anthropological study to them. These white folk can't help themselves and they're fascinated by our behavior, by our culture, by our resilience, by how we do things, and they're fascinated by the impact of the system on us that they have ran us through, or should I say, we've allowed them to run us through. Blacks, according to these white people data, blacks are more likely to be subjected to the use of violence by police than anybody else. A study published in the proceeding of the National Academy of Science in 2019, so this is very recently, found that black men are about 3 times more likely than white men to be killed by police. You guys know this, but protect and serve. These numbers are just numbers. They actually represent actual people. They actually represent people who've been murdered by these fuckers. This is a reality for a lot of families and a potential reality for anybody. Let me tell you something, especially you protect and serve Negroes. I support the police Negroes. How good do you feel when your ass get pulled over? When you driving down the highway, driving down the road, and them fucking red and blue lights pull up behind you? How do you feel in that moment? You protect and serve Negroes. Are you really sitting there calm, 100% confident that your ass is about to make it home without being executed? Do you really feel that way, you lying bastards? For many blacks, encountering the police is just a routine part of life. But sometimes it's deadly, or could be deadly, or it could be a threat to your body and the safety of your body. Let me explain this. The constant threat of police violence and the fear that comes with it can have some serious consequences, believe it or not, on the health of black people. There just isn't a matter of physical danger in dealing with cops, but it's also about your mental, emotional well-being. Research published by the American Journal of Public Health in 2018 found that black men who have frequent encounters with the police department are more likely to experience psychological problems. They're more likely to experience anxiety and depression. The stress can lead to long-term physical health like high blood pressure, heart disease, erectile dysfunction. Dealing with these bastards, it ain't just them murking you that can be a problem. It's also the biological impact on your body as well. The fear of police also creates a situation where black people may have to avoid seeking help from law enforcement, even when there might be a real need for law enforcement. You have to pause and think: is this worth it? And let me tell you something. I strongly support that no one of color invite voluntary police interaction. No one. You should not invite voluntary police interaction. If you do not believe me, Sonia Macy should be a cautionary tale of why you do not call these evil demons. They are agents of murder. The American Public Health Association has recognized recognized this issue, and they recognized that, and they declared the American Public Health Association. They declared that policing is a public health issue because of calling, and because of this, a lot of that organization have called for reforms. I don't think that the fucking police department needs reforms. These bastards know what they're doing. They don't need no additional training, no cultural sensitivity. They don't need none of that bullshit. That's just all symbolism. And they offer that and they use those talking points because black folk, we accept symbolism as payment for being violated. That's why they don't. That's why we don't. You don't see. That's why there's no wholesale adjustments within these fucking bureaucracies, because all they got to do is offer you a symbol of something which is free to them, and we go, okay, okay, that's good. I'll forgive you. We are the most forgiving motherfuckers. I can't stand. It makes me physically ill when I see family members on TV, mothers, fathers, brothers, aunties, uncles, black folk on TV talking about, I already forgive them. I forgive them for what they did. I ain't forgiving shit. I ain't forgiving shit. You do so. Mm, mm, mm. Just know, I ain't forgiving a motherfucking thing. And neither is my father, my grandfather, my uncles, my male cousins. This is a subject that we have talked about in detail. We ain't forgiving nothing. Read between what I'm saying. We ain't forgiving a goddamn thing. If something were to happen to us and we're law abiding, tax paying, family men, and something happens to one of us at the hands of these fucking demon devils, forgiveness is not what we're going to be doing. We will not be giving public interviews. We will not. Just understand, we will not be practicing forgiveness. We're going to be practicing something, but it ain't fucking forgiveness. Now let me talk about this. Let me talk about this just comply bullshit. Addressing the argument of just comply. Many white conservatives and some Negro conservatives argued the point that if black people just comply with the police officers, they won't face any problems. Just comply. Now, on the surface, this might not seem like it's such an like on the surface, it might not seem like this. It might seem like this is a very reasonable argument. Just comply. But that's an overly simplistic way of looking at things, and it really ignores the reality of how policing has historically functioned in relation to black people. First, it assumes that compliance will always be met with fair treatment, which isn't the case. We've had high-profile incidences like the death of Philando Castile in Minneapolis, who was shot and killed with his fucking 3-year-old baby in the backseat while complying with an officer's request to show his ID. Or what about Elijah McCain, who was killed after simply walking home from the store? This highlights how compliance doesn't guarantee that these murderous thugs won't snuff you out. These cases are not isolated incidents, but are a part of a broader pattern where blacks are often treated as a threat and they treat our lives as fucking disposable. Just comply. Second, the just comply argument overlooks the deep-seated fear and mistrust that many black people have towards police officers, which is based on centuries of violent policing practices. Asking someone to simply comply with an officer when that officer represents an institution that has historically oppressed their people is asking us to ignore the very real and rational fear. That's like telling somebody who's been bitten by a poisonous snake to fucking keep putting your hand in the cage, in the box, so you can keep getting bit by the poisonous snake over and over and over again. Oh, just trust it. Just comply with the snake. It won't, the poison won't bite you. You're not going to lose your arm or your life. The snakes, if you just comply with the snake, comply with the poisonous snake. It's like compliance doesn't feel like a safe or reasonable option when the stakes are life and death.